Hi, fashion dolls. It is Thankful Thursday, February 27th, and welcome to an all new episode of Style by Stevie. Our very special guest today is a multi talented actor, writer, director, and producer. And he also has his own company, which teaches actors also how to get into the business, training them, coaching them as well, too. And I'm super excited to have him back again as we catch up and reunite for our second interview. Hi, my love. Hi. Happy Thursday. It is officially springtime, y'all, which is why I had to pop out the lime green. And I hope you guys are ready for the spring fashions. We pretty soon will be headed into March, and I'm excited for it as well, too. Like, the colors are going to be on point for this season. And I've just got through flipping through. I don't know if you guys seen it in my stories. I posted it yesterday. But I just got through flipping through Paris Vogue, and I took it all the way back to 1983. And so I got a little inspiration from there. And the fashions this season for the summer and the spring are going to be on point. I'm looking forward to it. So without further ado, let's welcome our incredibly talented, and I'm going to try not to look him directly in his eyes because I will melt. He has the most beautiful eyes I've ever seen. And he is back for his second interview. So without further ado, let's welcome our incredibly talented, amazing, handsome, very special guest, Amandre Jackson. Oh, Amandre, did you update? Are you on your phone? Make sure that you're updated and you're on your phone. Because I see where I tried to invite you. It's not letting me invite you. And thank you, my love. Thank you. I've been having so much fun lately changing it up for spring fashions. Like 1 minute it is cold, and then the next minute it's hot in the evening and in the afternoons. And you just always have to be on your P's and Q's as to what's to come for this season and the weather change for fashion. So I'm excited for that. Mondre, it's not letting me add you. Did you update? Make sure that you are updated, and if you're on your laptop or your I don't know if it'll let you add if you're on your laptop, but we're going to give it a minute before I add my very special guest, Fashion Dolls. Yes, make sure that you're updated. It's been a minute since he's been back on the show. We got to catch up. There we are. Um, what design did I have? I had a coffin shape, and it was green and blue. So
All
I'm
right.
changing my
Can you
nails up.
see me? Can you hear me?
Hello. Yes, I can. Hello, stranger.
How are we
Welcome
doing? Have a good
back.
one.
I am doing wonderful. How are you?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Can't complain.
It is such a pleasure to have you back. I had to have you back in my currently 19th season. This makes interview 754. We are
Oh
on the
wow!
road to 8. So we got
Congratulations.
finding. Thank you. It's been a minute. We got so much to catch up on. We did our very first interview, I want to say back in what? During the pandemic. It was 2021.
Yeah, it was sometime back then, 2020, 2021. It was a while ago.
Yes. And so much has happened since then. We'll talk about your brand, your acting group. Let me take these glasses off so everybody can see my eyes. I have them. But
Yeah.
how
So
has go ahead, I'm sorry.
yes. So yeah, a lot has changed since then, and I started a nonprofit organization in last year, beginning of last year, called the Actors Life Organization, also known as Tallow. And what we do is we provide affordable education to actors in need. Um, or just actors, period. So we got three different programs. One is the affordable education program, and what we do with that is offer acting classes at no more than $100 per month, guaranteed to never change. And then we have the Dreams and Opportunities program, where we host events for actors to, just be able to get in front of people, get in front of industry guests, network, get their materials seen, things like that. And we do that at a reduced price as well, if not free. And and then we have our Survive and Thrive program where we offer emergency financial assistance to actors in need. So we're just always working to put stuff together to get actors education, to get them in front of people, industry guests, to get their materials seen, to get them everything they need at an affordable price. Because you know, a lot of actors struggle to continue to follow their dreams. And you know, it's a lot of the education and the opportunities that are out here is really expensive. So we just try to find ways to provide it where it's doable for them.
Absolutely. And I seen one of your courses, you had Ronrico Lee in there,
Mm-hmm.
and to see you all and all of the actors together working
Mm-hmm.
together, this is what's important. And it's important that we continue to support initiatives like
Yeah,
this. So I love what you're doing. And
thank
I'm
you.
glad that you jumped right into it because that was going to be my first question for you to ask. Welcome as you're coming in,
Mm-hmm.
Fashion Dolls. Thank you. Thank you. Uh, how important is it in this current time where we're seeing the rollback on so many different things that predominantly affect us as Black people, as entertainers, as artists of color?
Mm-hmm.
How important is it that we go out here and we support initiatives like this, where we are giving back and putting into as well, investing?
It's very important. It's very important, like to see when you see an organization that is for you, right?
Yeah,
And you see that you can get high quality education, just like, you know, seeing Ronrico Lee show up all week. You know, that's just showing that you can get high quality education here. And it's not just, you know, a you get what you pay for type of situation. It's not a, you know, oh, this is cheap. Why? You know, is it worth, you know, is it worth even going? You know, yes, it is. We're providing, you know, $300-400 education for $100 a month, right? And we're doing that because we're not doing it for profit. We're doing it for opportunities for people to follow their dreams without struggling financially to do so. And so it's
yes,
important, you know, when you see stuff like this available. We've had so many people come to the studio and say, "Man, I just saw you guys online and I just thought it was too good to be true." You know what I mean? But it's not. You know, a lot of stuff do seem too good to be true. I ain't gonna lie, it definitely does. But um, it's worth a shot to give it a try. You know, and once everyone who has given tallow a try has stuck around and has saw that it was definitely worth every bit of the money, and it was definitely everything that we're seeing was definitely true.
and I want to give a very special shout out to my brother K Tooks. He's the host of the K Tooks Spot. Make sure you guys go and check out his talk show and platform. And he was there when we did our very first interview. This was back in
Oh, really?
2021.
Okay.
And
Well,
when my
welcome,
page
K
got hacked, because I
Tooks.
think I messaged you when my page got hacked, and oh my God, I lost all of my interviews. Our interview is gone. He helped me retrieve our interview, Amandre.
Oh, wow.
And I have it. I have our very first interview. So
Oh,
this
wow.
makes two, and hopefully more and more to come.
Okay.
So a very special shout outs to my brother.
Well, thank you,
Yeah.
Mr. Toots. Thank you.
Yes, yes, yes. So with Talon, with this, and so many other organizations. Tomorrow, if you guys don't know, you've seen it everywhere on social media. It is going to be a blackout, an economic blackout to preserve Black dollars, which is what I've been talking about throughout this whole week, is how we have to invest into our own community. And how important is it for Black filmmakers and producers to invest into themselves, to invest into their business? Like I just recently had Marcellus the Champion on, and he has his own label, Clayfam Entertainment, also as well to doing music, doing film, and he works with his sister. And these were one of the talking points that we were talking about on the show this week, where we were discussing, okay, how can more and more creatives get involved in their community as far as inventing? I'm in the South Carolina area.
Mhm,
And then you have talent that is coming straight out of North Carolina. Like they're shipping them out. There's so many actors that
mhm,
are coming from out of North Carolina.
mhm.
So, what are some gems that you would give to the next generation of up and coming filmmakers and producers as far as investing into your business, as far as investing into your brand? Because we talked about trademarks and everything this week.
Yeah, you definitely have to be dedicated to whatever it is you want to do, because it certainly requires investment. Certainly. I did two television pilots of my own that I wrote, directed, and produced. I did one in 2018, and I did another one in 2020, 2021, something like that. I think it might have been 2020. And each one of those cost me over $20,000 each. You get what I'm saying? Of my own money that it cost me to put that together. So, and even with Tallow, even with starting this nonprofit organization, you know, it's really hard to get donors. It's hard to get people to donate money to an organization, especially when it's new. So guess what you got to do when you first start? You got to invest all the money yourself. You know, we've given out over $15,000 in emergency financial assistance to actors. We've spent, I don't know how many thousands putting events together for actors, getting a lot of these celebrities to show up. And, you know, it's all investment. All of that comes out of my own pocket. You get what I'm saying? To show and prove that we're doing what we say we're going to do. We're doing what we say we do. So whatever it is that you're doing, if you want to make films, you know, you can hire people to run the camera. You can hire somebody with the camera to run the camera. You can hire somebody with the sound equipment to be your sound mixer. You can hire somebody with lights, or you can hire a grip truck, and you can get all those people. But your talent is, you know, whether it's the writing, whether it's the directing, you hire people with heavy talent in those other areas, and you allow them to use their art. And then when it's time to get it out there to the people, you spend the amount of money it costs to get it out there to the people. But just don't uh don't short yourself. You know what I mean? It's your art. It's how you want people to see you, how you want people to view you. So you need to spend whatever it costs to put out good quality stuff, because it's an investment in yourself and in your business.
And even with hosting this platform, setting up the interviews, that's easy. That's a no go. It's a no
Mm-hmm.
brainer. But as it pertains to making sure that the quality is right, I have to take some constructive criticism from other
Mm-hmm.
people who worked in production, who specialize with production, with doing it here on the gram and everything. But for
Mm-hmm.
me, I have to invest in fashions. I have to make sure hair, makeup, all of that has to be taken care of. I have to come on here. I can't just come looking any kind of way. You
Mm-hmm.
know, it has to be a trend. It's called Style by Stevie. So
Mm-hmm.
you have to deliver on your end of the bargain of your product. So if you are pitching something, and we touched on this when I did my interview with Marcellus, if you're going on something like Shark Tank and you're going in front of Damon John and Barbara Corcoran, they're going to want to know, what are the benefits, what are the properties. So one of my guests just recently asked me that question: what is your mission statement for your platform
Mm-hmm.
here? And I said, one of my mission statements is to bring joy to people, to bring fashion, to catch your eye, to leave you wondering, what is it about her that makes people watch her every day, Monday through Friday?
Mm-hmm.
And I gave him a list of reasons. I said, um, I bring joy to people. They tune in to see what I'm wearing, who the guests are. It's all about engagement, and these are things that people can take as it pertains to investing into your business. Yes, especially if you are an independent
Mm-hmm.
artist, it's going to be pricey, because you're not if you're under a record label. Yes, you're going to have the backing, but see, you're going to have to pay back everything in return to that record label. Whereas if you're doing it independently,
Mm-hmm.
you're literally having to fund, okay, technology, studio equipment, all of that. I've interviewed a number of independent artists and filmmakers here on this platform, and they have said the same exact thing that I'm saying, which is, okay, I had to spend some money. I had to invest into my equipment. I had to invest into my as far as taking photos for the covers of my singles. I
Mm-hmm.
did that. So
Mm-hmm.
one of the artists that I've interviewed, Vontae, did the same exact thing. Took
Mm-hmm.
photos for his cover art for his singles and
Mm-hmm.
all of that. In the studio, you see him recording, like he vlogs it on his channel. So make sure you guys go and check out Vontae. That's another example. The same as Phil Loft, the same as Stephen Boyce, and a slew of other um, independent artists that I've interviewed here on this platform have said the same thing. It's an investment.
Right.
And a prime example of that would be Isaac Hayes. And I'm pretty sure you know him, Amandre. Fan base. Um, every day he posts, okay, we raised this much $1 million in the app because people are investing. I'm on fan base too.
Mm-hmm.
And with the shakeup of what's going on with Meta and all of these big corporate brands that have bent the knee to
Mm-hmm.
The Orange Man.
Mm-hmm.
Let's just say that. The Orange Man. um, Whoopi Goldberg, she says, you know who, but I'll just say the Orange Man.
Mm-hmm.
Um, we're seeing a lot of people say, okay, fan base is something that I want to invest in. And I want to encourage you guys also to invest into it. I'm on fan base and I love it. And you can actually receive payments like how people subscribe to your channels here on the gram. You do the same thing over there at fan base. It's black owned. And it is time for us to recycle the black dollar and pour back into our communities and these filmmakers of color because it is so many that are rising up among the scene. So many independent black music artists that are rising up among the scene, and it's important that we continue to invest into them as well too, as well as invest into ourselves. We don't need these big stores out here, these big corporations out here to shop at, the Targets, the Walmarts. Invent our own. And
Mm-hmm.
that's what I say. We should have been, have been doing it. So I say, go ahead, recycle. Now this blackout starts tonight at midnight. So that means no Walmart, no Target, no Amazon, no online, nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Not one red cent. Just get gas. And
Mm-hmm.
that's it.
Mm-hmm.
Now, yes, that's what we got to do. Hit them right in
I
their
never know
pockets.
about this.
Yes, it's everywhere on social media. Everybody is talking about the economic blackout. And I think it was Reverend Al Sharpton. He posted, okay, this is what you do here. This is what you do here.
Mm-hmm.
So give me a sec. Let me pull that up. That is very, very critical and important because I'm definitely participating in it. I told my mom about it and she's in on it as well too. Like my mom goes to Walmart sometimes. And I understand you if you're in a small, like I'm in South Carolina, and we barely have any stores down here, or we have to go outside of South Carolina to go shop. So this is important that we know these things about this economic blackout tonight. So I'm gonna go pull it up. It is on Reverend Al Sharpton's page, and he posted it. So let me go and pull this up so that you guys can be aware to what's going on tonight.
Mm-hmm.
All right, fashion dolls. Give me a sec. Yes, 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 yes. Yep. Boycott. Um, I see you, Pure Lux Salon. I see all of you that are doing the blackout tonight. So let, let me see. Let me see. If they're gonna roll back on DEI, I say hit them right where it hurts, and that's in their pockets. That's
Mm-hmm.
right there in their pockets. Because black people, we are the biggest consumers of entertainment. We are the culture makers. We are the innovators. We are the filmmakers. We are the producers. We are the artists. And they some seem to somehow benefit off of the culture of us. And it is very, very important that we know these things. All right, so let me see if I can go to my story here and pull it up. It's talking about how to boycott. Let me see, let me see, let me see. Yes, economic blackout. Do not spend no Amazon, no Walmart, no gas, no fast food, and large corporations. No spending. If you must, only support locally owned small businesses, and that is in my stories. So you guys can go there. It's been a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff has been happening. So make sure you guys are following my stories. I did not do a show yesterday. Today was my day off,
Mm-hmm.
but you guys check out my stories. It's there, and it's telling you they don't want us shopping in our stores. We did it before back in the what 1950s, 1960s, the bus boycott. We can do it again. Make those pockets hurt. And I
Right.
told Marcellus this when we did our interview Tuesday. I said, there is nothing more beautiful than seeing a rich white man like Elon Musk shed tears over losing money and stock from Tesla. I think it's so yummy. Don't y'all? And
Mm-hmm.
let's look, we can do this. We can do this. We've done it before. Make their pockets hurt. Make them hurt.
Yeah, I agree. I think that, if there are organizations out there that are supporting, this insane agenda to eliminate DEI and try to erase history and all of these things, I think that they definitely should receive some type of consequence for that. So, if they want to eliminate DEI, then everybody involved in DEI should maybe eliminate themselves from shopping there. I get that. I get the idea behind it. But what we also got to address too is if we are going to support our own people and our own businesses, then we have to make sure that we are doing better as far as the service we're providing. because I live in Atlanta, and
The
you know there's
black mecca of the
yeah,
world.
it's
That
Black
is, yeah,
Black Hollywood, and I tell you, the majority of the businesses here are Black owned, and the majority of them have challenge service. You get what I'm saying? So we want to support our own. We want to support Black business. We want to, help grow our culture. But we got to get out of this. We got to make sure that we have the right education, the right training before we go and embark on these businesses, because everybody just wants to open a business. Everyone wants to start a business. Oh, I know how to cook, let me start a restaurant. You know what I mean? Oh, I know how to dress, let me start a fashion line. And I get it. I'm not discouraging anyone from starting a business, but just because you know how to do something doesn't mean you should start a business. If you want to start a business, you need to go learn business. Learn customer service, learn the financial aspect of it, learn these things, because that kind of stuff is what is needed for a business to stay successful. And one of the things about us is we are short tempered. We don't take feedback well. You know what I mean? So some of us don't. You know what I mean? Most of us. So when you are running a business and maybe someone felt like their experience wasn't good or they didn't like something, it
right.
shouldn't be a fight. It shouldn't be an argument. You should be doing whatever you can to satisfy the customer, right? And that the difference maker is you have these big businesses that you go to where when something ain't right, they handle it. You get what I'm saying? And then you want to say, you know what, forget them. I'm gonna go support the small Black business. And then you go there and something ain't right and they don't give a damn. You get what I'm saying? Or you the problem. You get what I'm saying? Not me. You get what I'm saying? So that mindset has to change. We got to make sure that we're properly educated on how to run businesses properly before we get to just opening them up. You get what I'm saying? Because we want to support, but we got to be happy to support. We got to be appreciated for the support.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Hmm.
So it's been a minute since I've been to Walmart.
Hmm.
Um, we only go there here or there for a few things, but other than that, I haven't been in there.
Walmart
With me being
has
in
gone
beauty,
downhill pretty badly. Like it's definitely not what it used to be. I used to work at Walmart years ago. I used to work there as 2006, and I kind of just worked there on and off for like 10 years. And the way it was when I first started is a completely different company than the one that I left. And it's just gone downhill. Like I don't even like going in there anymore. Like I'd rather just go spend more money and go to Publix or something like that, or one of these other stores, but it's they don't care about the in-store experience at all. I don't know what they care about at Walmart. I don't know who's running things up in corporate, but I will tell you that in-store experience is terrible. When you go in there, you never even see any managers. You don't see anybody barely
they
that
have to
works there.
literally.
But I mean, yeah, you don't see nobody, and then everybody's got an attitude. Nobody knows where anything is. It's a mess. It's all kind of drama going on in there. You see all kind of videos on social media of people doing crazy things in there, and it's just like you never see managers anywhere. You get what I'm saying? So it's just like they don't care about what's going on in them stores as long as they're making money.
He's not lying. And the reason why I made that face is because my mom had an experience in there. We went to the marketplace because we have two Walmarts down here
Mm-hmm.
in Orangeburg, South Carolina. So we went to the marketplace, which is like on the way out of Orangeburg, South Carolina, which is like 25 minutes away from me.
Mm-hmm.
And there's this young lady in there, and she accused my mom of stealing. And I'm sitting there right there with her, like we're ringing things up together. And it's a black woman.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, okay. Her and the lady got into it in the store. So
Mm-hmm.
as your mother's child, what you do, you on hush mode, you
And,
don't say nothing. I'm like, oh, I'm a black woman, she's a black woman, we three black women in here, and if I jump in the middle, then we getting into it. There's a whole cat fight or something going on.
mm-hmm.
So my mom literally had to call the store to complain. They're literally not going to do anything about it. Nobody's at the registers to ring you up or anything. You have to go to self-service. So Amandre is not lying. And I love what Pure Lux just said, and I'm going to use this as an example as well too. You have to instill guest care in the fabric of your business. So if I'm going to get a service, I'm going to Pure Lux, and what I love about Pure Lux, if you go check out her page, is that she's inclusive to everybody, mainly Black women, but inclusive to everybody in her salon.
Mm-hmm.
And you will get the experience of luxury, whether it's getting your eyebrows done. If I was to go there and get my eyebrows done, I would rate it a 5-star, because if you go and you're giving a service to somebody, that customer can easily go back and write a review. So with Walmart down here at the marketplace, it's horrible. You've got products all over the place. You got things in the aisles that they shouldn't be there.
Mm-hmm.
You're doing this to other customers, and then they're having to go to the managers. The manager's sitting somewhere in the back watching it right there, because they have those little cameras, those little monitors right there as you're doing your self checkout. There were literally 2 white guys who ran up one water, and then walked on up. What was it? Had 2 things of water, ran one of them up, and then walked out the store with the other one. I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
but she's stealing. She has
Mm-hmm. And that,
money to pay
as
for her
as
things.
an employee of Walmart, that is not only against policy, but it's also illegal to accuse somebody of stealing. Like you have to know for an absolute fact that they stole something. You cannot, and secondly, it's not up to the cashier to accuse. It's up to the asset protection department to do that. So the asset protection department are the ones watching the videos. And if they feel like for an absolute fact that you stole something, they will come out there and get you. Right. But a cashier should never be accusing anybody of stealing anything, because if the store management knew about that, that person would probably get terminated.
And as we expected, guess whose cousin is the manager of the store now?
Ooh.
So yes,
Mhm.
my cousin got the hookup. She said, "Okay, I know which girl you're talking about, and why you at it. Not to shade her, because you seen what the girl looked like. You could have got my cousin to hook your hair up, girl, like for real." Because she's also a beautician on the side. She has her shop down here. If you're ever in the South Carolina, Platinum Profiles. My cousin is Tanya. Her name is Tanya, and does an amazing job with hair. And I remember going to her shop when I was younger. Like, it was a shop down here called the Williams Brothers, and one part was for the women and one part was for the men. The guys would have the barbering side, and then she would be on the women's side styling the women. But she is one of the managers at the store. So yeah,
Right.
that God works in mysterious ways. When my mother came back and told me the tea that homegirl is not working there no more, I said, "Oh, see how God works."
Right.
But Walmart, y'all need, when y'all rolled back, it took me for a blow. Like, everybody shops there. Like, if you only have limited grocery stores in your town or in your country,
Mm-hmm.
Walmart is the only option for certain people. But there are other Black-owned grocery stores, like in, I think it's New Orleans. Is it New Orleans? There's a Black-owned grocery store. Go to Black Wall Street and it will tell you businesses. Or go to Shop the Hood, which is owned by a Black woman, and it is a Black business guide. So whatever you're looking for, like, okay, lingerie, if you're looking for lingerie, if you're looking for a place to get your vitamins from, because
Mm-hmm.
I see GNC and a lot of other brands have rolled back on their DEI initiatives too. Aldi, Amazon, Target. It's a list of them that have rolled back. Well, we know
All
that we can take more money
all of
now. Yeah.
those companies have all white executives.
Mhm. And
You
then
know what I
today,
mean? So mm,
Paramount, it was announced that Paramount has also rolled back. So I'm glad I brought Amandre back on the show to talk about that, because as a producer, as a director, as a director, as a writer, as an actor, as a filmmaker, Paramount is one of the biggest brands in the world, one of the biggest companies in the world. And for them to roll back on their DEI initiative, and as I'm scrolling down Instagram, I'm seeing that, I'm like, wow, Paramount has been here for years. And whenever we go and watch a film, we would see the logo pop up in the beginning of the film, like it's Paramount
mhm.
Pictures. But Paramount, Viacom, all of these white executive brands, I'm not shocked. MTV, VH1, MSNBC, when y'all let our girl Joy Reid out, and a number of other uh, journalists of color, we're starting to see. You guys are folding like a lawn chair and you're bending your initiative to
Mm-hmm.
this man right here, the orange man that is an occupant of the White House. I would not call him president, but he's an occupant. But now it's time for us to make their pockets hurt. We know what we must be done. And exactly, Pure Lux, roll the tape back. Stop bothering people. Right.
Mm-hmm.
And Deshaun is like, wow, yeah, yeah.
What I don't
We
understand is why advertising at their DEI efforts. Like, why is this? What would move you to make this public knowledge? Why are you advertising this? You know what I mean? Like, that's what's interesting to me. Like, just roll it back. Why you got to tell everybody you're doing it? You want the world to know you rolling it back? Who are you trying to cater to here?
the orange man. He he loves flattery. He loves to know that he is above. He is it. He is the deity. Fascists work that way.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's probably why. Like the Washington Post, one of the biggest news publications in the world, they said today, if you're not aligned with their political views, then you're going to be let go. Basically, I posted that story a few minutes ago. So there's been a lot of political content, and it's made me aware to what's going on, who I'm reading, and who I'm supporting. And it's also an app that you guys can go and check out that will tell you who donated money to who and big corporations. And if they donated to Republicans, don't shout with them. Don't shout
Right.
with them. It's called Goods Unite Us. And you can type in your brand or whatever, and it will tell you if this store donated to Democrats. Like TJ Maxx is one of my favorite stores to shop at because you get home decor, you get everything from there. So you can always shop at TJ Maxx. Great store to shop at. They donated to Democratic candidates. Stores like Walmart, they tend to lean more towards the red side, which is the Republican side. So you don't shop with them. Of course, they were going. I knew it was coming before he got in and sworn in. I knew it was coming that they said, okay, we're going to be rolling back this. But we
Mm-hmm.
know why they did it, because they don't want any smoke from him. And we see how they're going to be cutting funding and stripping funding from things if you don't fall in line, or that what they're doing now is beating people into submission, which is why you're seeing so many federal workers being laid off and out of a job, which is going to tank this economy even worse than before. And the tariffs have already done it for what he wanted, his 25% to 50% tariffs. That's going to make a lot of businesses fail even more too. Now we're seeing Denny's and all of these other restaurants, you got to pay percent per egg. Like, it's crazy now. So restaurants, there are a lot of black owned restaurants now that we can go and eat at. Well, you don't have to worry about that. They got their stuff together. And the one that I would recommend down here is a Taste of Soul in South Carolina. If you're ever in the South Carolina area, black owned. And what I love is that they're inclusive to everybody. Anybody can come there and eat. And that's why it's important that we invest into these businesses, and not just into invest into our business, but to go back to what Amandre just said in the beginning, which is anybody can start a business, and not to discourage anybody, but you got to have the mind skill to have a backup plan in case something doesn't work out. Listen, when I started Style by Stevie, let me tell you how it was when I first started, y'all. I had one of those little tripod things. I had a boom box, like this boom box stereo system where I could hook my tablet up to it. And I'm sitting here on a stool, and the guest is sitting right here. Not how we are right now, where where you can go live with the person, but I had to call the person on Messenger because I didn't have that feature yet. It was way before Facebook created the feature where you could go live with
Mm-hmm.
somebody and go live with them on the tablet while I'm calling them on the messenger. So we come a long way. That's how it was for me. So you have to start off somewhere. And here we are now, where I had to invest in technology, tripods, making sure that the lighting, the angles are right. Because
Mm-hmm.
if you're going to work in beauty and fashion, which is a very cutthroat industry, and you're a black woman, you better come in here with your A game. So for every single interview that I've done, you can't say she didn't look her best. It has to be perfection. I'm a perfectionist. And a lot of artists can relate to that as it pertains to their businesses, as it pertains to their films. People are not going to buy it if it's trash.
Right.
And that's just the honest thing. And I had to get the hard truth from people who had given me constructive criticisms, like my brother K Tooks is one, who always called me and makes a suggestion saying, sis, why don't you do it this way? Or why don't you do it this way? Whereas before, I'll be ready to take off my earrings and fight somebody in Mondre. Like, I mean, like, oh, Jesus, I'd be so mad. Like, I think I knew it all, but now I'm at a point in my life where I'm loving the constructive criticism because it has worked. And if you're wanting to have a successful business or a successful film company, you have to be willing to have that constructive criticism. It, it's going to be tough to take it all in.
Criticism,
It's going it
one of the
yeah.
greatest in the world that exists, because it is there to help you. Or I wouldn't say criticism, I'd say feedback. Feedback is one of the greatest thing in the world that exists, and it's there to help people grow. It's there to help people grow, you know. And if you don't take it as something that helps you grow, and you take it negatively, you will never grow. You'll be stuck in one place.
And I had a girlfriend tell me this, my girl Rage, and I had her on the show. Make sure y'all go and check her out. She's a dope ass hairstylist in the RVA area, and she is amazing with makeup artistry, nails, hair. Black woman, beautiful, in the RVA area. And I met her through a mutual friend of mine's. Also, that's a mutual friend of ours together, Erico Jordan, who has done Big Frida and a number of other celebrities as well too. He's done their hair. Erico's so talented in the RV area, so that's how we came to meet each other. But it's through the grace of God. She told me one thing, because when I first started, I only wanted to wear one hair color, and I'm using this as an example for a reason. So walk with me, y'all. um, she said, "Girl, you got to get rid of that 613. You always do that same hair color." And I said, "Okay." Before I wasn't trying to hear it, and we fell out. But her advice in the long run worked. So I noticed season after season after season, viewership began to increase. People began to pay attention to me because just like, what is it that's different about her every episode, every interview? I change my look. I'm a chameleon. I don't stay the same.
Mm-hmm.
So thank you, Rage, for that advice. I say that to say this: you have to be willing to listen to the hard hitting, gut punching truth.
Mm-hmm.
So that means if somebody is giving you that constructive criticism or that to help you better your business or your brand, you take that. And so far, it has worked because here we are now at 754 interviews later.
Mm-hmm.
And that's just through the grace of God. And I told Marcellus this: no sick days, y'all. None. So it's been consistent with me every single day. And my brother K Tooks, when we were talking on the phone, he said, "How do you do it, sister?" I said, "I don't know. I mean, it's like I'm on a cloud, a high of
Mm-hmm.
happiness to just keep going. I have so much energy inside of me that I have to share with the world. But I also have to be mindful. Running a business can be exhausting. Running a platform can be
Very.
exhausting. So my next question for you, Amandre, is what advice would you give to business owners as to taking a break and coming back to it if they get stuck on something that they are trying to work on bettering for their business?
Um, I, you know, for me, I've never taken a break. You know what I mean? It's just power through it. You figure it out. You know what I mean?
Right.
When you're starting a business, it is going to be insanely hard sometimes. There's gonna be there were days. I mean, I feel like every morning I wake up and the first thing I'm doing is looking at emails for Tallow, and then I'm not going to sleep until 3 o'clock in the morning or 2 o'clock in the morning because I'm trying to get this last thing fixed or this last thing done or these last emails out. You know what I mean? And so it's early mornings, late nights, and that's just what comes with it. You get what I'm saying? If you want to break, if you want to break, this is the advice I'm gonna give you. Right, this is the advice I'm gonna give you right here. If you want to break, you need to get your business to a place where it's running on its own. Now, when you've gotten it to that place where you've put processes in place and you've put people in places where this business can run on its own without me holding it, then you can take a break. So it's all about the way you set it up. is all about the way you set it up. You know, I have people with AORs in my business with areas of responsibility, and they work on specific things. Right now, I'm trying to figure out, you know, how I want to do this as far as hiring somebody to handle all of the administrative stuff in my business, because it's a lot of work for me. And you know, I in addition to my business, I also work a full-time job to be able to even fund this business. You get what I'm saying? And then I'm an actor, and I'm a talent man, I'm a teacher, I'm all of these things. So I have very little time, you know. And I was in school for, I just graduated with my master's degree the other day. You know what I mean?
I
So I've
see
been,
that, sir. And with congratulations, I wanted to talk about that. What was that experience like for you?
yeah, it was tough, you know, because again, I was doing it at the same time as everything else. I'm doing a degree at the same time as running this business day in and day out. I'm doing it at the same time as working a full-time job, as teaching acting classes, as, you know, talent managing other actors. And so it was a lot of work. It was tough, you know, but it was no breaks. It was no taking time off. You know what I mean? It was just powering through every day until I got it done. And now I finally got that off my plate. That's finally done. And now I'm trying to put things in place so that my business can run on its own. And when it's to that place where I'm confident that everything is still getting done without me doing it, then you take a break.
And speaking of content creators, shout outs to my girl, Queen Tosh Boogie. Thank you, girl, for showing me so much love and support. She's also a creator as well, too, and has her platform. So make sure you guys go and support her. Like the entire audience that's viewing us right now, almost everybody in here is a Black person, person of color that is watching, trying to get business and strategies on how to handle going to the next level, taking their brand to the next level. This is important information. And I don't make you guys pay for any of this because this should be available to everybody that is trying to get into the business of filmmaking, get into the business of expanding and excelling on their brand, and what you can do to make millions and millions and billions with your talent alone.
Listen,
Pure Luck Salon. Go ahead. I'm sorry,
that
Andre.
first year, when you start your business, that first year is so imperative. It's so imperative because it sets the foundation for your business, and it sets up how successful it's probably going to be. And you know, every single decision you make is important in that first year. You get what I'm saying? Whether I mean, I'm talking the logo, the mission and vision statement, the way you got your website done and set up, the products that you're offering, the investments that you're making, the brand building that you're doing, your social media, everything in that first year is so important, because when you first pop up in the scene, people are either going to see it and say, wow, what's that? I need to gravitate to that. Or they're going to pop up and see it and say, what the heck is that? I don't want nothing to do with that. And then it's hard to get them back. It's hard to get them back. You know, it's hard to fix yourself and get them back. It's possible, but it's hard. But if you set yourself up the right way the first time, and you make the right business decisions to keep reeling people into this new thing, everybody likes a new thing. Everybody likes a new thing. So if you do the right stuff and you make the right decisions to reel everybody into that new thing in that first year, your business will be successful. But just, hey, make the right choices in them first years. Make the right decision. Make the right investments.
And it is not going to be easy, as Amandre just said. It's not going to be easy for anyone. You're like starting off on a trial period basis. Like you're going through high school. You go, okay, freshman, sophomore, junior, senior. So your business goes through the same
Mm-hmm.
exact thing. And then when you're in your senior period, okay, you've graduated. You've got it. You've mastered that skill. It's all up to you now. It's up from here. So
That
you
analogy.
have to start somewhere. And I love what Amandre just said, which is okay. I still work I still work my job. I'm an actor. I'm this. I'm that. If you're going to fund your business, you have to have a side hustle, and that's why that's important. Which is why I took up cosmetology when I was going to high school.
Mm-hmm.
I went to the Career Center and I majored in cosmetology. That was something that I wanted to do. So here were the other choices, though. You had early childhood development, where it's like, okay, you're working in a daycare with kids and stuff, which I have friends who took that course. I have a nephew now. So he is on his way to his terrible twos. So they have taught me a little bit here and there. They chose to work with the Cheerins. I chose books and looks. I chose cosmetology. So I wanted to learn about hair color, chemistry, mixing relaxer, all of these different things I want to learn about going at that time.
Mhm.
So I'm skilled. And the person who does the hair for Style by Stevie, you're looking at her right
Mm.
here. So almost every hairstyle that I've had on the show, I am
Oh.
responsible for. Cut, color, side part, bone straight, I'm
Mm.
responsible for that. And that's because God has given me a gift and a talent alone.
Mhm.
And knowing what OSHA is, knowing what safety and sanitation and infection control is, having to take these courses, having to take the classes, get my hours. Yeah, it used to be you could get 6 hours. Now it's for the state of South
Mm.
Carolina. So I know all about the board and licensing. My hours are amazing. So I called and I spoke with state board, and the hair is always on point. Thank you, Pure Lux. Only for you, girl. Only for you. And the critics, they're just like, okay, she doesn't stay the same. I don't. I don't. I'm always changing my hair. So who knows what hair color I'm gonna have come uh when we come back in March, because tomorrow I'm taking that break again. I took a break yesterday, but I'm taking a break tomorrow, the economic blackout, which starts at midnight tonight.
Mm.
But I will be back in March. So Lord only knows what hair color. I've gotten so used to the dark hair
Mm.
color. But we're not talking about hair right now. We're talking about business. um, but yes, I don't like to stay the same. I don't like to stay the same. It's fun. You always look great, sister. And the makeup is a chef's kiss. Thank
Mhm.
y'all. Thank y'all so much. Very special thank you to Melanie Nalamai Bridges, who is my beauty contributor. Again, I, I don't like to be the same. I read a lot of fashion magazines. So a lot of the inspiration comes from supermodels, Linda Evangelista, Tyra Banks, Naomi Campbell. It comes from them.
Mm.
It comes from them. So credits to them. But y'all get me sidetracked, but I love it. I love it because my platform is based on that. It's beauty, fashion, is everything. But
Mhm.
I lost my point where I was at. My point is you have to have a side hustle. That's what
Mhm.
I was saying. You
Mhm.
have to have a side hustle. So just like how I took up cosmetology when I was going to school in high school and going to the career center, you have to have a side hustle on the side as well too. And what I'm seeing is a lot of actors are doing that as well too. Like the and I had him on my platform, Jeffrey Owens. People gave him so much backlash for working in the grocery store. They snapped. Listen, you got to have a side hustle. It's not always going to be you're an Emmy Award winner one day and the next. You got to have something tangible to fall back on.
Mhm.
So his story, his testament when he came here and he shared his story here on my platform is very real.
Mhm.
So it's not always going to be you're at the top one day in Hollywood or in this business. It's not that way. It's either make it or break it in this business, and you always have to have something to fall back on. So I love that Amandre just said that because that is important, and a lot of people need to know that. We need to know that as investing into the next person business and the next person's business as well too. Like Andre's in Atlanta, and that's why I said Atlanta is the Black Mecca. My girl Hypnotic Skincare is out there in the Georgia area. She's in the Georgia's a battleground state from the election,
Mhm.
but she has her own hair oil, body scrubs. Y'all know I love Bath and Body Works, and I shop there too. But I also support my girl Chastity Hypnotic Skincare. Like she sent me some of her body scrub, and I love it. It's one, and I can't remember. It's got the smell of peach to represent the city of Atlanta. So she has different things. Valentine's Day was not too long ago. All right. So she came out with a limited edition collection of body scrubs. You can give your man one, you can give your girl one. So she has a little bit of everything for everybody, not only hair oils, but lip oils.
Mm.
So what I love is that it's Black owned. She mixes her own products.
Mm.
And I'm just like, why isn't her stuff in stores? Like I'm envisioning her stuff in Ulta and all of these other franchises that distribute body care.
Yeah, she
So that's how I'm manifesting
got to
for her.
get with the
Go ahead,
right
100%.
distributor. So she just got to get with the right distributor to get her product out there, and get some investors to get on board.
And and that's what I want to myself. That's something that I also want to do, not just host this platform, but I see how Drew Barrymore has her merchandise in stores. And that was something that I was telling Marcellus this week, Tuesday.
Mm-hmm.
I said Drew Barrymore has not only her talk
Mm-hmm.
show, but she has makeup, she has home decor, she has cooking utensils.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's what I want to expel in, but it would be different. Of I would have a fashion magazine or a glamour magazine, makeup tips, all of those things in there, fashion, all of that.
Mm-hmm.
Sort of like Cosmopolitan meets glamour. That's what I would do. But I would also have makeup. I would have my products in the still in the on the shelves of Ulta, Sephora. That's what I'm manifesting for myself as
Mm-hmm.
well. So I mean, you can do it too. It's all about finding the right team, the right distributor to distribute your products. I'm not going to put my name on a product if people don't like
Right.
it. I'm,
Right.
I'm just not going to do that. So you have to make sure, okay, what is your clientele or your customer going to be? Because as my beauty school instructor, Miss Stevenson, she said this. She said the customer is always right. Give the customer what they want.
Mm-hmm.
So if they ask for what is it, a washing set, you give them a washing set.
Mm-hmm.
If they ask you to give them a doobie wrap, you give them a doobie wrap.
Mm-hmm.
If they ask you to give them, because me and my one of my friends, we were just talking about before Mandra came on Rhea, she said, "Oh, I love your nails." Um, if they ask you to give them a full set, and I want stones on the nails, I want to be extra long, like how Cardi B would wear hers. Give them that. So the customer is always right.
Mm-hmm.
So give the customer what they want. It's about perfection at the end of the day. So just make sure that you're satisfying your customers because as Amandre just said, uh, you want them to keep coming back. You want
Mm-hmm.
them to keep coming back. You want them to refer. The best customers is the ones that say word to mouth. If you're passing out, okay, business card, we could do it the old fashioned way, business cards. We could pass out flyers. We could pass out this, that, and the third.
Mm-hmm.
But the best customers are the ones that will pick up the phone and call a friend and say, why don't you go check out my hairstylist? My hairstylist is amazing.
Yeah,
My makeup artist is amazing. My nail tech is
that's
amazing.
that's
And
how I
you get
got
that way.
the majority of my business with a lot of word of mouth. A lot of word of mouth. We started our acting classes and wondered if we would get any students. Now our Wednesday class is on the wait list, and our Thursday on. I have a class at 5:30 on my online classes is Thursdays, and so that is almost. And then I got just a couple spots left in my Sunday class, and so it filled up fast, and we just started our classes in September. You know what I mean? And so that word of mouth, as long as you have a good product and you have good service, people are going to spread the word. People are going to spread the word. Because I tell you, one thing about us, one thing about our culture is we tell other people, we spread the word. You know what I mean? So if you got a good product, a good service, and you know how to keep your people, they're going to show up, and you're going to get the business for sure.
All right. So before we wrap, we're going to get into some Black History trivia. I told Amandre because I can't keep him. He said he has a class at 5:30. It is almost 5 o'clock. But these conversations need to be critical for us to have on what we can do. Because I know a lot of people like, well, they're rolling back. What do we do? Don't just sit there and wait. Get up and do something about it. Get started on creating your business. Do your research. The information is free for you right there at the touch of your fingertips in your home. So go talk to people, network amongst yourself. Now's the time for us to be forming community. And I'm seeing all of us as Black people form community, and it's beautiful.
Yeah.
We're going to be all right. But speaking of the Black community, let me see if I can try to take Amandre's Black card. All right.
I have it. I don't know.
We're going to get into some quick Black History Month trivia, and then we're going to wrap Fashion Dolls. All right. So here are some questions for Black History Month. Which inventor co-created the first home security system in 1966, laying the groundwork for modern surveillance technology? And it
Is it Mo?
is a woman. It's a woman.
I have no idea.
It is Marie Van Britten Brown
Mm,
and her husband, Albert Brown. And I'm pretty sure you guys have seen the picture of her. So, yeah.
I've never even heard of it. I don't even know who that is. That's bad on my part.
Okay, here's the next one.
Mhm.
Who invented the modern gas mask in 1914 and later patented an improved traffic signal in 1923?
No clue. I thought you were gonna ask me like, who didn't give their seat up on the bus and who. But who
It's
invented the gas mask? I don't know. I have no idea.
the traffic signal, Garrett Morgan. It was Garrett Morgan.
Garrett Morgan. Okay. Well, you're teaching me something at least.
Okay, it's the next one. This one should be a little bit more easier.
Mhm.
This agricultural scientist developed over 300 products from peanuts, including dyes and plastics, to combat soil depletion in the South.
Yeah, no clue.
The hint, I'm going to give you the hint peanut. And it was a black
George
man.
Carver.
That's it.
Oh.
Yes. Oh my goodness. All right, fashion dolls. So before we wrap, Amandre,
hmm
any words or gems of encouragement that you would like to leave to the fashion dolls and to everyone out here that's looking to start a business, go about expanding and excelling on their brand as well?
Yes. If you're gonna start a business, I recommend that you take a shot at business school or take some business classes. Understand that everything you are doing is for the customer. Everything you are doing is to get the customer, and everything you are doing is to keep the customer. So keep that in mind with every business decision you make. You know, service is everything. The first year that you start your business, every decision you make, every investment you make has to be the smartest decision and the smartest investment you ever made. Everybody has to see this new thing and they have to know, like, okay, I want to be a part of this. I want to jump on this. But if your stuff ain't right in that first year and they see you pop up, they're going to want to stay away from it. Right. So, first year decisions, imperative. I encourage people to go out and do the things they want to do, start a business they want to start, but I want you to know that it's hard work, it's dedication.
Yes.
It's difficult to do, it's difficult to maintain, it's difficult to stick with, but build a team. You cannot do everything by yourself. Build a team, get people to help you with it, get trusted people that are just as dedicated about what you're trying to do as you, and again just stick to it. Like I said earlier, it really ain't many breaks until you get the business running on its own. And that's the encouraging message I have for you. Invest in yourself and remember to give good service.
Right, fashion dolls. And I'm going to also add on to that with today's final thought, which is don't let your fear of what could happen make nothing happen. Get up and make it happen. And it's all about taking that little bit of leap of faith and having faith the size of a mustard seed. And we're gonna get it. We're gonna be all right. Don't worry. Don't worry. Look, the blackout tonight. We can do this. And I
Mm,
have faith that we can do this. So I appreciate you all for tuning in every single day, Monday through Friday. We will be back Monday, March 3rd. Fashion Dolls. That lineup will drop tomorrow. Be on the lookout for the LOTW, which is the look of the week. It was 3 this week, and I'm going to drop that as soon as I post this interview. And this interview will be uploaded to Style by Stevie Daytime on YouTube. And again, I can't thank you all so much for your unconditional support and just relying on me to give you guys the truth and educate you on business, on so many different things, and allow my guests to come on and share their stories and educate you as well too. So thank you all again so much. Bishop Ali Stevens, and we have Sandy Alessi from the Lake Sirens. They join me Monday, March 3rd, 2025. We will be back here on Style by Stevie, and we have an amazing lineup. And guess what? It's Women's History Month. So celebrating all of us as amazing women and so much more. I look forward to it. Thank you all so much. And thank you, Amandre. And let everyone know where they can follow you and check you out.
Yes, you can follow me on Instagram at Amandre D Jackson, Amondre Jackson. And you can also follow my organization, my nonprofit organization for the well being and advancement of actors, at tallo.corp. So that's TALO.CORP. That's where you'll find us on Instagram. We are the Actors Life Organization, and just give us a follow and check out what we got going on.
Yes. Yes. I love what you're doing, and I'd love to have you back on again. It would be remiss if I didn't kick off this season in the new year without you. Yeah.
Oh, you can also visit our website at www.taloco.org, TALOCO.org, to see everything that we do and offer.
And invest into his business. If you're interested in getting into acting, it all starts with investing into your career. If you want to be successful, you have to invest into your passion. It's going to take money, but it's so worth it at the end result. You will love it because you followed your desires.
Exactly.
So, all right, fashion
Well,
dolls,
it
without
was a
further
pleasure.
ado,
Thank you for having me.
you are so welcome, and I would love to have you back again. We got to catch up again.
Okay. All right. We'll
All
talk to you soon.
right. You too. Take care, everyone, and I will see y'all back Monday, March 3rd. Take care, everyone.